Okay, so this is a personal experience. Okay, I don't know if I should say this on this platform or not.
I think one word will be crappy, and views are actually very honest story of Indian weddings. How couples and are basically tortured in arranged marriage that is being shown.
So one word for the show is regressive. It is very regressive. It's going back in time. It's not going anywhere. It is not even of this generation, dude. It's regressive, totally regressive. And what are my views on the show? What is happening on the show? What do I give my views on? On Akshay, on Preeti Bua, what is happening with Nadia, and how Aparna is being shown in this show? What the hell is happening? These are my views. First of all, come and tell me what is happening. Then I'll give you my views.
So one word for the show would be outrageous, and my views on the show. Okay, so where do I begin on that? The show, it takes us back almost 2 decades back. This is basically an American sorority run by Seema Auntie and with all the elite aunties of the India. So if you want to see something from out of time, anti-drama sorority in American sorority culture, getting to India, some indie hippie vibes, you should go for this show. If you want to see something contentful, stay away. Just stay away.
So one word would be bullshit. Second, my views on the show is very simple. It talks about crap. It talks about Bole Chudia and K3G. But in original, we are way forward than Bole Chudia and K3G in real life. And what I feel is me eating arm on online on the screen depicts that that's the amount of bullshit I give to this particular show and whatever it has to say about girls or boys in real life.
I think the moment where I felt that I literally can't watch this is when Akshay went out for the meeting with the girl, and she was telling me that she wants to work and explore what her future looks like. The first thought which came to Akshay's mind was, who will take care of my kids? Who will take care of my family?
A partner to do the same things in the house that my mom does, because I'm not like that. And if she's busy with her work, who's gonna take care of the kids and all?
That thought was just like you don't want a partner. You are looking for somebody who can work for your mom and your household thing. So that was the one moment I felt that this is not the person, a lady or even a man. If a lady talks about the same thing, that was the like I couldn't handle it anymore.
Okay, so there are a lot of moments where I was like, what the fuck is happening in this show? I can't take this anymore. It's America or India, whatever is happening. There's one scene where Akshay ki mummy, Preeti Bua, is with Akshay and they're measuring her blood pressure and uski mummy says, Akshay, dekh le, mera BP high ho raha hai. Akshay, frame it.
My BP is high. Look, Akshay, frame it.
Why would your son frame it, dude? He has got you a fancy BP checking machine. You have got everything, and he's only 25. And the second thing was when the same auntie saying, I had a dream of getting my kids married between 20 and 25. And on the top of it, there was one scene when they're sitting on a dining table and Akshay की मम्मी is saying कि अक्षय तू शादी नहीं कर रहा है इसलिए देख तेरे भाई बहन लेट हो रहे हैं this year you get married the next year they have their babies. Who is this auntie? Planning commission there. And who is this auntie even? She will decide when he gets married and when the other couple has their own baby. What? So this was a brain freezing moment for me that what was happening and it's that auntie's well she needs a damn break and Akshay needs a spine yaar.
So one moment when I felt like, I can't take anymore. There was one moment which was cringy to some other level. Girl, I think named Ankita.
To understand that in a marriage, the woman gives the emotional side of herself much more than the man does.
She wanted equality in a relationship and something. And Tima auntie, so she just gives up and she's like, okay, so I have a different kind of client domain and I am not able to find somebody that progressive for her. So I'll have to consult one of my other friend who supposedly has that kind of clients. So she sends Ankita to that lady. Initially, it was a good talk, but then suddenly, when Ankita start explaining what she actually look in a relationship and what she want from a relationship, suddenly she says, "Okay, if you're looking for equality, you're not going to get in any relationship." So so a woman's job in a relationship is just to emotionally strengthen the relationship. Women are just to strengthen the emotional bond with one person. So that was, I think, totally cringeworthy. And people who will be watching this, do tag their auntie and do tag the maker of the show, because this is downright irresponsible. What kind of message you are giving to people? No, this is not about gender discrimination. This is downright irresponsible.
Cringe-worthy moment which I felt apart from this was Aparna. Aparna swaying away every other, boyfriend or man or anybody like a 51-minute dating. Oh my god. The point is, when we talk about Aparna, it's not feminism, it's not equality, it's about shit. Like, how can you treat guys like they are not worthy of you? As when you feel bad about yourself, you should feel equally bad about treating a guy who is equally, eligible, and you treat that person as shit. I felt really bad.
Life partner choice. I don't have time in my life to invest in people that are not on the same page as me. Unfortunately, Srini is definitely not.
Srini the loser.
And then she says, I hate beaches, I like mountains. She just needs a way to say no to a guy because she is not able to accept her past. While we say that the whole matrimony system is a problem, I agree. But when we say that, just the men are the problem is the issue again. We need to, equally address the problem with the ladies also. And second, Pradyuman is a show off. Is a full-time show of human. So you can see how he takes a person, where he takes a person for a date. So a random girl from a random small town goes on a random date. The moment you get a Delhi Bandi who is Miss Delhi, he takes her to everything so unique and he has the access to that point. The sad truth is, everybody on the Indian matchmaking did not end up together because they were just faking it out.
One thing I don't I know, like, we are very family oriented people and we have this thing like the families get married, not just two individuals, but at the end of the day, it's actually two people getting married. They have to live together. So I think this is very important that people should understand this, that whose wedding it is, whatever they want, whatever expectation they have, they are the they are the total judge of that. And I understand that they can give their opinion, they can give their suggestion, but that's it. The decision should be theirs only.
Okay, so one thing that I do not like is, which I think everybody will relate to also, is age shaming.
I was 19 and a half, and at that time, 19 and a half means it was the right age to get married.
Especially for girls. It is pathetic to be thinking that if a girl is 25, 24, let's say till 27, she's very much ready to get married. If she turns 30 or if she's moving above 30, let's say, then she's not ready to get married, or she's lost the right age. There's an optimum age, and I really don't know what does this optimum age mean and where has it actually come from. Stop checking this thing out on girls, that if she's 28 something might have gone wrong, if she's 30 she might have a past, or if she's over 30 then definitely kuch to hua hoga ki abhi tak nahi hui. No, big no. And especially in Indian matrimony system, Stop age shaming. Clearly, stop.
So one thing from my end, it will be in Indian system marriage is that there is too much pressure on the girl side. If we say the girl is actually marketed in the sense of how it will fit according to the guy family. Like in this generation as well, where girls are growing, they are getting empowered, they are earning on their own. In this age also, guys or their families want them to take first responsibility of their family.
ही नहीं रही हूँ मुझे लड़की में प्रॉब्लम ये है कि द गर्ल हैज़ टू बी बिट फ्लेक्सिबल
Any proposal through this Indian marriage system comes up, it will be like how is she looking? How does she carry herself? Whether she will be able to carry the kids in later stage, whether she will be able to take care of the heredity of the family, cultural values, all those things first comes up. Nobody takes up to that value. Even in this era, like it is so amazing to hear that educated guys, educated families, they still look for a girl who can fit into the family. Not like that he can be with the family. So this be with the family and fit into the family needs to take a balance upon.
Okay. So I think personally what I feel is all of you have been adequately right about your answers. But one thing which I feel in Indian matrimony system is too much of intrusion of parents. The present generation is too much independent and too much, willing to explore what kind of, partner they want and what kind of understanding they create with their partner. The present generation is very much aware of what their future lies into and what kind of understanding they have. Presently the 90s people, actually they're not kids, they're actually grown up people. Anybody in their 90s is a grown up human being and he or she understands what they want out of their life. It's you who is going to marry and live another 40 years with that person. So you should get the liberty to decide that. That's increasing the divorce rates in India also as compared to Western areas.
बढ़िया था. I think I would like to say it's my personal experience when I went to see a guy and the first meeting was it, and the questions raised or discussed between two of us was not going into the direction which we thought about it. So the question and the implementation that the guy gave it to me, I have मेरी दो भाभियां हैं and दोनों भाभियां पढ़ी लिखी हैं but they are housewives.
I think it might be a little intimidating sometimes to guys that like I'm tall and that I'm confident and I have my own business and do Bollywood dancing and I have like all these things going on. But I fill my time so that I don't sit and realize how single I am.
Instead of saying this thing, I told him कि आपकी जो दो भाभियां हैं वो housewife नहीं है, वो homemaker हैं. They wanted to be that. They're just doing it from their wish. That's what and there was a blank face. I think that moment is the impact on me that even if the lady want to, serve the family, be with the family, it's fine, but it's her choice. And you should not market it for your future partner as well.
So one incident which impacted me. Okay, so this is a personal experience. Okay, I don't know if I should say this on this platform or not. Yeah, so that's the thing. All the guys out there, so no hard feelings. I don't think he was purposely saying something to offend me, or I don't even. I personally believe that he doesn't know what he was, what he was saying and what it would mean to me, because we are two different people. But for all the guys out there, don't ask such things. I mean, seriously, no. I'm telling you, no.
Okay, so I'll tell you my own experiences. I haven't met even one guy till date in matrimony. Now you can totally see what position I am at. I've never even met even a single guy. So I'll tell you what is happening in my case. I'm the kind of girl who's very independent, going out, having parties with friends. So everybody is like, "ठीक है बेटा, अब आप बड़े हो गए." So what is your age? When they guess it like 23, 24, or maybe 25. But when I say I'm going to turn 28 pretty soon, then they're like, "ये तो शादी की उम्र है, इसमें अभी तक पार्टियां करे जा रहे हो." Then I see that on their face that yes, अभी नहीं है उम्र, we are not there yet ready. अभी 2-3 साल और लगेंगे. There was this one auntie when I was speaking to her. She was like, I was like, auntie 30 पे आराम से, अभी let it be, अभी 2-3 साल है मजे करने के. तो auntie was like, बेटा 30 तक तो glow चला जाएगा. And dude, I was like, my glow is my problem. I am very sure I can maintain the glow and I can still go out and have fun with my friends. Who are you to tell me that तक तेरा glow चला जाएगा? अरे आंटी आपका तो 25 में ही गया था लग रहा है.
बीपी हाई तेरी वजह से होएगा.
तुम सबका बुरा हाल है. क्या होगा तुम्हारा? बहुत परेशानी होने वाली है. क्या करोगे फिर? नहीं करेंगे, देख लेंगे.
The rest is up to destiny.
So one thing which I feel is very much, embedded in this Indian matrimony system is color. I really feel color is very important. If you're very fair, and also body shaming, that's another part of it. So, color and body shaming go hand to hand. If you're skinny and if you're fair, then you have a chance. But if you're healthy and if you're dark skinned, then forget it. You just forget it. There's a very famous, meme going on saying, "Bhau to hame gori hi chahiye." Even Akshay, he rejected 80 people. And then he came down and he selected somebody who was way fairer because he knew that is, out of the context for him. Nothing in that girl, really wanted. Not her CA degree, not her ambitions, not her, anything related to that girl. He was not interested. Just because she was lean, just because she was gory, he was okay. Yeah, I can get married to this girl. Again, come to Pradyuman. He rejected 150 people to select Miss Delhi, so-called Miss Delhi. So I don't understand why can't you deal with a normal human being who is genuinely a good-hearted human being? And the best part, Pradyuman wanted a girl whom he can improve.
But how do you help the other person to grow together as a better person? And how do you help them to, overcome their flaws?
What the fuck does that mean? I really want to know, what do you want to improve in your future person? What can you improve?
ओ भाई मारो मुझे मारो नहीं ये मजाक हो रहा है. एक सेकंड यार, मजाक हो रहा है.
ठीक है. Okay, so the Seema auntie has got the best job. She gets to travel a lot. She connects miserable people together. She has no burden on herself and she's enjoying the life by passing judgments. तो मुझे लग रहा है इतनी ड्रीम जो उन्होंने अपने लिए क्रिएट करी है, दैट इज अ फैंटास्टिक थिंग. जो लोगों को चाहिए भी नहीं था वो भी वो ला के उनको दे रही है. एंड पीपल आर एक्सेप्टिंग इट. दे आर हैप्पी एंड दे आर लाइक, "Oh auntie, welcome auntie." So she's got the best job. The only thing I liked about that auntie was when Vyasar was telling his own story to the lady, she said that whatever his father has done, son should not be blamed for that, and he has all the rights to have a good and happy life, which is very true. If any of your siblings, mother, father, sister, or if you belong to a broken family, the child or the human should not be held responsible for it. So I like that she acknowledged that and she was really thinking that the guy deserves a good girl, and I don't know if really working towards it, but yeah, she acknowledged that and that's a good thing at least. So that is the only thing I like.
If the girl likes his heart, his jovial nature, then the girl will not mind his family history.
Okay, so I think one thing about Seema auntie, Seema auntie, I'm from Tabaria types. I feel that there is one negative thing which people are talking about. She keep on talking about adjustment, compromise, every relation that we do to girl or to guy. That was the very worst part because she portrayed marriage as a duty of a lady, not duty of a guy. So that's one thing, that adjustment, compromise, that शादी एक compromise है. वो situation उन्होंने create की that this is the thing. Ideally, if generation like us, we think it is not like that. If we can change it. So that was the one thing.
Ultimately, my efforts are meaningless if the stars are not aligned.
One thing which I like about Seema Auntie is completely contradicting her own statement, the kind of lifestyle she was having, and she being herself very empowered woman. Like any weird ask would she would put it there, and she would try to fulfill it. Like suppose if a girl say she wants a guy with green hair, I think Seema Auntie alone is one matrimonial person who can fix that thing. She will produce a guy with green hair and she'll be like, okay, beta, ab batao tum. Go on this first date. And then she'll be like, see.
One thing which I don't agree is your stars have not to be, being Seema Auntie is difficult. You know why? Because in the Indian matrimony system, even if you find the best of the person, and when she turns out to be a manglik, or if he turns out to be a manglik, oh my God, there's a big problem, because the other side of the spectrum does not have a manglik boy or does not have a manglik girl.
The two stars, if they are friendly in the horoscope, that means they are compatible and they will stay happy throughout their life.
I never heard of this kind of questions from Seema Auntie. Seema Auntie was like, oh beta, what kind of a guy do you want? Oh, fair, tall, oh, educated, oh, कितना पैसा होना चाहिए. अरे भाई इंसान चाहिए. At the end of the day, we all want a human. We can't live with robots. Seema Auntie does not work for people like us. क्योंकि जहाँ हमारे सपने शुरू होते हैं वहाँ सीमा आंटी की पहुंच भी नहीं है. Seema Auntie goes way beyond us. Okay, Seema Auntie starts at 2 lakh per consultation.
And every day I'm sad I've only made it to 40 countries. How will I get to 41? This is like a literal daily struggle for me.
Seema Auntie should really update herself, because ultimately whatever matchmaking thing she's doing, it's not ending up in wealth. Even the so-called Netflix thing people did not end up where they wanted to end up.
Giving happiness to others.
So if you like this content, if you want to watch more such content, subscribe to Vibe's Vibe and toodles.
Bye.